Hello everyone, welcome to the online video lecture series for the subject Python application programming for 6th semester VTU. Today we'll be learning about the chapter functions, which is chapter number 4 from module 1. The concepts which are covered in this chapter are the different types of function calls, what is a function, so built-in functions, what are all the different types of built-in functions that are available in Python programming. So what are the type conversion functions? So how can we convert from string to int, int to float, float to int? So all these type conversion functions we'll be studying in this chapter. And also we'll be learning about random numbers, math functions. So when we are using the pi, square root, cos, tan, so that time what is that package required to be imported in Python programming, and also adding new functions, flow of execution, so how the function is called, how it is called, so once it is called, how the execution happens, how the flow of execution of function happens. Also we'll be learning about parameters and arguments, fruitful functions, void functions, and why we require functions. So what is function? So why function is required? So why is it so important in a programming language? So all that things we'll be studying in this chapter. So what are these functions? So functions are nothing but they are the macros or sub functions. So like small programs within a large program. So when we write this small programs within a large program, so we can trace the errors, we can debug the errors easily by using these small programs. So these small programs are called as functions. So what are these functions? They are just a sequence of statements which perform some computation. So what is a function? A function is a named sequence of statements that performs a computation. When you define a function, you specify the name and sequence of statements. So here goes the sequence, the syntax of function. So when we define a new function, always we are supposed to use this keyword called as def, so which defines a new function, so followed by a space and the function name. So this is how the syntax of a function to define a function is done, and within parentheses, so the parameters are passed and always ended with a colon character. So only if you end the colon character, the automatic indentation happens and also it will be executed properly, otherwise we get an error. So this is the syntax of a function. So what are we supposed to use? We are supposed to use the keyword that is def followed by space and function name, and within the parenthesis what are the parameters to be passed and ended by a colon. So that is the syntax of the basic function. So the different types of functions, we have two different types of functions. One is called as the built-in function and the other one is user-defined function. So built-in functions are already defined or built in within the Python programming language, whereas user-defined functions are defined by users. So functions that we define ourselves and then use are called as user-defined functions. So here we can see a number of examples of built-in functions, that is Python, in Python, that is print, input, type, float, int. So print is used to print the value within the parenthesis. Input is used to ask the user the input. Type is a keyword or a function which returns the type of the data type of the value. So float, to these functions are used for type conversions, so which we'll see in further slides. So these are the different types of functions in Python. One is built-in function and the other one is user-defined functions. So here you can see an example for type function. So within the parenthesis, the value 32 has been passed. So once this statement is executed, so we get the answer as class int. So that means the type keyword tells the data type of the parameter that is passed within the parenthesis. So here you get the answer as class int. The name of the function is type. The expression in the parenthesis is called as the argument of the function. Argument is a value. So this is a value or variable that we are passing into the function as input to the function. The result for the type function is the type of argument. So here it is integer type. So the result is called as return value. So this is nothing but the return value. So it is common to say that the function takes an argument and returns a result. Built-in functions. Python provides a number of important built-in functions that we can use without needing to provide the function definition. So here are some of the examples for built-in functions. So here we can see the max and min functions used here. So max returns the largest character and min returns the minimum character. So here you can see this example has the string hello world, and max function returns the maximum, that is the largest of the character within the string. So here according to hello world string, w has the largest value in the alphabets, so the answer will be w. And similarly for min function, so here you can see the same string hello world is passed. The minimum, that is the least value of the alphabets, is the space. So you can see the space being returned as the answer for the function min. The max function tells the largest character in the string. The min function shows us the smallest character, which turns out to be a space. Another very common built-in function is the length function. So length returns the number of characters in the string. So here again in this example we are going to use the string hello world. So here the hello world including the space is counted as the character. So it returns 11 as the output. The argument length returns the number of characters in the string. Next topic is type conversion functions. So Python also provides built-in function that can convert values from one data type to another data type. So here you can see in this example, this particular function, that is int, converts this string to integer. So how it is represented as a string? So here you can see by usage of single quotes we can represent this number as a string. So this particular function int will convert this string to int, and also it converts string to, it cannot convert string to int because so the number literal should be with base 10. So string cannot be converted to int here. And similar examples, so you can see here floating point number to be converted to integer by using the int function. So we can do that. And also negative floating point numbers can be converted to integer numbers using the function int. And also floating point number, the integer can be converted to floating point using the function float. So here is the example for the type conversion of integer to float using the function float. So here you can see the number 32, that is the integer number, can be converted to floating point number, that is 32.0. And also string can be converted to floating point number. So this number is represented within the single quotes. So this is a string representation of 3.14159, which can be converted to floating point number using the float. And the next example is the integer conversion to string. So you can see here the using the function str. So we are converting the number string 32 to string representation, and also floating point conversion to string representation. Next topic is random numbers. So random numbers, so always when the computer programs, when we use the computer programs, so when you give certain inputs, you know that every time you get the same output. So such type where you can predict the outputs are called as deterministic. So these inputs, given the same inputs, we get the same outputs every time, so they are said to be deterministic. Sometimes if you want non-deterministic answer, so then we go for pseudo random numbers. So that is the concept of random numbers, which cannot be predictable, which is unpredictable. So those numbers are known as random numbers. The random module, so we have to import the random module in the Python program in order to generate the pseudo random numbers. So let us see an example for the demonstration of random numbers. So here is the example for the demonstration of random numbers. So here you can see we are supposed to import the random package by using the keyword import. So when we import the random package, so then it generates the random numbers. So here we have given the range as 10, so that only 10 numbers will be printed. 10 random numbers will be printed. So this is the example for random. By using the random function, we are going to generate the random numbers. So here you can see this particular program produces the random numbers between 0.0 and 1.0, but not 1.0. So here you can see the random numbers being generated. So also we have randint. So if we want to generate integer numbers within a range, so you can see here the range is 5 and 10. If you want to generate a random number, so you're going to use the random function, and also randint, so which specifies an integer number, which generates an integer number. So if I run this, execute this statement, you can see the first time it produces a random number 5. So second time when I execute the same statement, it produces the random number 9. Thank you.